This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
It's a new year
and a new season.
24/7 Buff Pandemonium isn't just a page.
It's a family.
group of positive Buffalo football fans
To embrace the character and fight of this team
We strive to embody this passion
and present a fan-first perspective.
without all the fluff. Enter the K-Gun Report.
Season 2.
The first season was exciting for 24/7 Buff Pandemonium.
Talking football, connecting with fans, and having quality conversation.
This season we're stepping it up, and we want you all to come be a part of the conversation.
On March 9th, 2021,
The K-Gun Report
Is
back. It's a new year
and a new season.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Hey Bills fans, welcome to... I got some overtake here, guys. I'm hearing my voice 3 times. Anyway, welcome to the K-Gun Report, sponsored by 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. I'm Jared. Tonight joining me, we have Swank.
Yep.
There it is. Scott.
Hey.
Season 2, episode 20, giveaway show.
Pew, 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 pew. That's my pew, pew, pew.
Oh,
Hey
sorry.
Scott,
What?
what's the giveaway show?
Boom.
What is that?
MICAH HYDE, Beckett's COA, Certification of Authenticity, autographed jersey. And Swank, tell people how they win this thing.
Oh man, you want to know how to win this thing? Do you want to know how to win this thing? All you got to do is write a comment right now during the live stream. That's all you got to do. Season 2, episode 20. I think we're almost on 50 episodes probably of the K-Gun Report that we've done over the last year-ish. So, yeah, man, in celebration from our great partnership with BuffaloAutographs.com, Ryan hooked us up with MICAH HYDE, signed COA, number 23, home jersey. Can you get any more hyped?
That's a nice blue.
Yeah,
Just
man.
as a reminder, guys, if you come in and you peek at us, don't be afraid to say. If you even say hi, you're entered to win that. So, don't wait. You come in, you see us. Please say hi because we'd hate for you to miss out on winning this awesome jersey, for sure. And like we said, Buffalo Autographs and www.buffaloautographs.com. Our partner, obviously, when we do something big like this, they're the sponsor of the show, so we give a shout out to them. Ryan Hickman did a great job up in Buffalo. They had a meet and greet, which went pretty well. A lot of cool helmets, a lot of cool jerseys. They rocked it. And from what I saw, there was a pretty big attendance as expected. I know the Mafia always shows up for that kind of stuff. But
Hell yeah.
if you haven't, please go like their page, share it like crazy. They are doing a good thing. The prices are amazing. And he does a lot of the raffles and giveaways too. So the more attention he gets, the more attention the fans get. So it all works out perfect.
Hey, we got Alberto over on YouTube, and we got our boy Chancey Schenk over there on YouTube too. And please don't forget, we are also multi-streaming to YouTube and Facebook. So if you leave a comment on either one of those live, you are entered to win that beautiful son bitch right chair.
That beautiful son bitch.
And if you want to see your comment come up on the stream, Swank, it's still on YouTube right now.
Yeah, I'm working it out right now because can't make it easy on anything. I got to change shit every single week, but we're trying a different audio layout for myself tonight. And so far I think it's better and good, and it's gonna make everything better. But there's a little bit of growing pains with that, so I'm trying to figure out that comment thing right now. Just keep throwing them out there on YouTube. The Facebook thing though, I haven't figured that out yet, man. I got too much going on.
We'll get there.
I just want to throw this out there really quick. We have limited amounts of this guy right here, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium black and white stickers. Only a couple left. If you want them, simply just personal message us and we'll send them out to you for free. We might have some more coming.
Oh yeah, we got some cool
And
stuff.
we just came out with these guys, the Notorious Dig shirts. Look at this guy. We have lots of them, but they're going fast. There it is.
Yo, thanks so much to everybody that's already ordered, by the way. I got real stoked on making this design. It was super fun, and I don't know, man. These Reed boys, they bring out that next level in you. You just want to do good. You know what I mean?
Do things. You just want to do things.
But thanks so much for buying them and rocking them and all the nice words. I actually sold 2, I think, last night on the EMD stream too. So.
Booyah.
Hell
Look at you go. Look at you go. Scott, can you just lift that jersey up one more time?
Of course.
And I know we probably already done it once, but we want to thank Ryan Hickman for throwing that our way from Buffalo Autograph Facebook page and www.buffaloautographs.com.
All that
Without
info's in
him,
the ticker too.
that is not possible.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Ryan.
Pandemonium. I know we didn't really lead you into what we're going to talk about this week, but because we have a defensive jersey going, we're going to actually I'll let you take this because you're the one that came up with this brilliant idea. What are we doing for tonight's show, pretty much?
Well, we're only 3 weeks away from the preseason game, and it's about time we start talking rosters because that's going to be the next 3 weeks and the 3 preseason games. Because we get excited. We haven't had preseason games in forever, and now we're able to sit back and evaluate some players. Of course, we're couch general managers, guys. So take it easy if you want to knock us for thinking we know what we're talking about. We just love talking Bills football, and that's why we have you guys on here, just to have that conversation and drink some beer. But it's getting close. It's getting real close. So we're going to give you who we think is going to be our starting defense this week, and maybe even surprise cuts because the Bills finally have rosters where you can cut some players that you wouldn't normally expect them to cut. And then next week we'll do offense. So let's stick to the defense this week, and yeah, for sure, it's going to be fun. A couple surprises, I think, but we've got a lot to choose from. It'll be a fun show. And Pandemonium, keep the comments coming, because if you bring something up, we'll talk about it. Talk about it.
Can we talk
Did you
about
guys
it?
hear my throat burp? Swank looked at me kind of funny, but I had throat burp.
Oh no, sorry. I figured out a little bit of what I was trying to figure out.
Oh,
So,
all right, I just want to throw
He's
this out there
learning.
really quick. Welcome, Eder. Welcome, Justin, Matthew, Brent, Troy, Patrick, Chris, Joey, John, Josh, Ryan, Daniel, Joshua, Keely, Joseph, Sarah, Paul, Mike. I'm only saying first names because everyone I just listed is always here. You know who you are. Guys, welcome.
yo, and real fast because now that I got my shit together, we got Berto, and he says right here, "Hello everyone, go Bills," and that's right. That's what your comment can look like live on the K Gun Report when Swank doesn't mess his shit up.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Buffalo Spartan just showed up.
I'm glad you got your shit together. They have fiber for that if you didn't.
All right, guys. Let's talk about that defense right now. First of all, can I ask you a number? How many people you have on the defense? Actually, before we do that, Swank, if you want to throw up an image, I don't know if you had it. I wanted to mention this to you earlier. Baby Bigfoot Bass image. Do you have that available?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
All right. So before we get to the defense, our kicker, guys, who do you think it's going to be this year? I'm going to go with Bass.
Yeah.
Bass. You gotta go Bass.
yeah,
And I
I
think
think it's gonna be
Swank over
Bass.
here came up with a sweet little T-shirt or bumper or sticker or whatever. We could do whatever we want with it. Look at this. Look at this. And the phrase came from Swank and the 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. What is it, Swank?
Big boot, babyface, bass. It is the mantra that I say every time that boy goes up to kick, man. And there's that stupid part of your brain where you're like, this is dumb, you shouldn't say it, and you shouldn't do it because it doesn't matter. But then if you don't get it out right before he kicks, then you want to go crazy. So that's all season last year. That's what I said. I think after
Is
that.
he kicking shit, Bigfoot?
Bigfoot, baby!
Got it.
Ah. So yeah, we're gonna do some stickers out of these definitely, and maybe some T-shirts out of them. I like them. I think we all were digging on them, so it'll be cool.
Ooh.
All right, and then punter. Who's it going to be?
Our new guy, Hack.
You think so? Hack's going to
Oh,
take it?
Oh yeah. I don't think there's any question about that, really, is there?
Yeah.
You,
So
you
we
hate
got-
to watch it. I mean, we beat Miami twice, but go look back and watch the Bills Miami games, and Hack he can pin it. He can pin it. He's got good height. He's a guy that can kick that ball. So I'm excited for him. But Jorquez, remember his numbers last year were skewed because he had a couple 70+ yard punts and he only punted it twice. So
Yeah, you
Those
didn't have
numbers
to,
are-
right?
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. You didn't have to punt it. The offense was good enough to keep him in reserves for most of the year. So I like Bajorquez, but I like that we have Hack because I think that he's a way more consistent kind of guy. And in those three phases of special teams with the specialists, like losing a guy like Andre Roberts, who was like a solid return guy, and replacing that with a solid punter, I'm okay with that, I think. You know what I mean? Either way, you're switching sides of the field.
Yeah, you're making the field change.
that's a big part. That's a big part. Flipping that
All right.
field.
Now that we got the punter and the kicker out of the way, let's start with the upfront guys. Okay. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier this year about how many we're going to keep, right? 9, 10. Scott, I'll let you lead the way. Let's start with the guys inside.
Okay.
Who's your starting two? Who do you think is going to make the roster? And maybe who do you think is going to be the surprise cut?
Well, let me start off by saying, personally, I believe the difference between a top 5 defense 2 years ago and a middle of the road defense last year is our man Star Lotullier.
Yeah.
I personally think that's the big difference because he takes up the double blocks as the one technique. That's what his job is. He doesn't get credit for a lot of tackles and sacks, but he takes up that second block, which allows the 3 technique and Ed Oliver to do what he did 2 years ago. I mean, he was coming up fast, and by the time he made the playoffs and all that stuff, he was making a name for himself. And then we saw what happened last year. He had a little downfall. So it's Star Lotullier for me, and it's Ed Oliver for me, because I think those two paired up will take up at least 3 blockers, and I think that's going to make the defense, the linebackers, the corners, the safeties all better, and it'll definitely free up no double teams for our defensive ends. But I can only see them keeping 4. Harrison Phillips, if anyone saw that picture of him coming into camp today, jacked.
Pumped.
Did I do it?
Dude looks
Did I
huge.
do it right?
He's not his pudgy little defensive tackle look himself. He looks pretty solid. Same with Devin Singletary, but we'll talk about the offense next week. And then Vernon Butler, I think he's the other Tech one. Zimmer, I'd like to see out there, but we'll see. Preseason is gonna be a world of difference this year. We're gonna see a lot of football, a lot of players trying to earn that spot.
Swank, can you tell Jamie to back off a little bit? We'll get to CB number 2 in a minute. We're gonna start the line and then we'll get out there.
Listen, I think the King of Beers has already got Jamie under the spell. So I got you, Uncle James. Don't worry.
Scott, who are the backup defensive guys? The interior, who'd you have for the backups?
Vernon Butler's going to take that other Tech one from Lutulia when he has to be spelled, and then Harrison Phillips coming in jacked. I think this is his last year. He's got a lot to prove. So, and he's finally 100% healthy. So those two, and if we're going to keep a fifth, I don't know if it's going to be someone like a Brandon Bryant or a fan favorite of last year who doesn't cost a lot of money.
Zimmer.
Would be our friend Justin Zimmer.
True. I have him actually making it. He's my number 4 guy. Swank, what do you got? Who's your defensive interior guys? Starting 2, and then whoever's going to follow up them.
I think we got Star and Addy for sure. That's it. They're the 2 starting interior guys. I know that Leslie and McDermott have always done the rotation. I think that's going to be way more heavy on the outside this year than it is on the interior. I think you're going to see Horrible Harry get in there. Like I'm very stoked. Like I sent you guys that picture, man. He looks in shape. Like he's always just kind of like, oh hey, I'm Horrible Harry, and now he's like, it's like a force to be reckoned with. I think so. Hopefully he comes in, and like I'm not expecting him to like bust out on the scene. I think he pretty much is what he is. But you're stacking a little more muscle on there. You're getting a little healthier in that respect. You're becoming bigger in a good way to like take up a block or two. I think he'll get his fair share of rotation in there. I'm still pretty undecided on how far the depth goes. I was just telling Scott before we did this, like the surprise cuts and the depth of the rot. Man, it's so hard right now. Like I don't know. I really don't know.
And who knows, Jared, in that interior line, who knows if Bash and Boogie's going to be part of that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
because
right.
Bash can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep, he could be that Tech 3 like Ed Oliver can.
Yep.
He could be,
No.
but not in my lineup.
Not in my lineup either. I had him in there a couple times, but I had to change it up because he's a rookie. He's going to have a lot of playing time.
Oh no, he's not in my interior.
Okay. So who's he?
Who's your guy? Who's your guys? Go ahead, Jared.
I know who
Take
it is,
your
but
turn.
we'll get to
Take
that
your
later.
turn, Jared. Take your turn.
All right. So I have Ed Oliver and Starr as the 2 guys up front. And then I have Phillips and I have Zimmer. I know I'm not the only one with Zimmer. I think Ryan Palmatier said Zimmer. He's his guy. He's one of my fan favorites still that we're hoping that pulls through. You know, he's one of those guys that just hustles all the time.
Yeah.
They all hustle, but for some reason he just looks like he reminds me a lot of Kyle Williams.
Yeah.
So, as I always say, every week in and week out, whatever 54, 55 we're going to be playing on Sunday, I'm going to be rooting for hardcore. But Zimmer's one of those guys that I definitely hope makes that team. And if he does, that means he beat out other quality guys. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the fun part.
So, Jared, you just took away the only other Tech 1 lineman other than Starr.
Yeah, but Basham.
You're cutting Vernon Butler?
Do you think? Oh, yeah. Butler's not on my list at all, so he's gone. Okay. And that was going to be my surprise cut. So the guys who actually took a pay cut, I can see probably not making the team.
Butler would gain $2 million to the cap right away if he was cut.
Going back to our rookie Basham, I don't know where exactly they're going to play him. They have him at
anywhere they want.
Right. So maybe he's the Tech 1 guy that they train for. Look at Epinesa, right? Last year, they got him to where they want him to be, and now that's why he's my defensive end. But we'll get there in a second.
I was gonna say, as far as starting defensive ends go, I went between that, the whole Epinesa or Boogie, and I went Boogie. I think Boogie's going to be a day 1 starter opposite of Jerry. I think you got that perfect mix of old vet and new old 5-year starter vet and Boogie, So it's I don't know. I'd just like to see some fresh blood, I'm not even talking about taking away a ton of touches from Addison or snaps from Addison. I'm just saying that, like, you got Boogie, you got Epinesa, you got Groot. I had somebody in the comments just right now asking about Groot and Tony Petitito. How do you guys think Groot will be? I mean, we've kind of touched on it before, and it'll depend on training camp, but what do you guys think?
Groot, for me, remember, he didn't play many college games. He racked a whole bunch of sacks up just in like 14 games, I think it was. So Groot, for me, I can see the Bills treat Groot like they treated Epinesa last year, to the point where I almost don't even think Groot will be on the starting roster for the first week. The guy's got a lot to learn, and he's got thin, fast guys like Addison and Hughes to learn from. But, you got someone like Basham who's been a 4-year starter and a captain for a team consistently. I think Groot was the guy that we can train to become dominant. And Basham in the second round, he was available, which I could not believe because I had him going to the Bills in the first. Boom! I could not believe he was available. And I think that with his experience, he's hand ready, he's fast, he's quick, he's big. He can play multiple positions. So Groot, I think, is going to be an Epinesa type player. I really do. And my starting lineup is Hughes, the old man Hughes, and then I have AJ Epinesa on the other side. And because the Bills waited till after June with Addison, he would only give us like $1.9 million cap space as opposed to the $9 that he would have given us if they cut him earlier. So he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and I kind of think with all these young kids we got now, you don't want him to go anywhere, right? Like, I mean, he's a good dude. He comes to the building and he works. And he was productive last year, maybe not like the breakout crazy defensive end everybody wanted him to be, but he got back there and he got his hands on some quarterbacks, so I don't know. I don't think that we need to shake a stick at Addison or Hughes. I had somebody else in here talking about if we thought we were going to trade for Jones. What do you guys think about that?
What would you give up for Chandler Jones? He's pretty expensive.
Well, now, that's a question. And that is a question I said absolutely off the top where I was like, no way, man. Why? We just invested so heavy on our D-line with draft picks and Efe Obada, all these guys, right? Like, we did a number, rehauling the whole thing. But the one dude that you could rig a trade with that gives you the biggest hit to your cap is also one of the oldest guys on that line, also a fan favorite. And if you had a fan favorite, if you had
I heard that.
If you had the opportunity to have Jerry play the season without the emotion attached to it, like without being like everybody loves Jerry Hughes, we love Jerry Hughes, do you think Jerry would be more productive at his age on the Buffalo Bills? Or do you think Chandler Jones would be more productive? And if you swung it to where Jerry was traded and you got Jones, and maybe it helps with the money a little. I mean, I don't know.
That's where you look back and you say you never know, right?
Yeah.
You got these young kids that the Buffalo Bills just picked up off the draft. For an old-timer like Jerry Hughes, not that old. We're all older than he is.
Yeah.
But does that light a fire under his ass to erase all those quarterback pressures into sacks?
I absolutely think so. I don't think that any of this talk is like a bad thing or anything like that. And to be honest, I'm not like a huge Chandler Jones fan. Like, I just know that he's productive as hell. And, you know, I think he's trending on the wrong side of 30, and I think he's going to demand more money than Jerry. But if this is our window, we were talking about it last week, right? 2 years, 3 years we got? I don't know.
Get it.
Yeah. So
here's the thing.
If they make the move, Scott, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. If they make the move to get him, squat. If they do make the move to get him, then you know that was the right move, right? Because Bean and McDermott knew what they're doing, obviously.
I love that
So,
cult mentality
if
that
you're
you
willing
have
to
with
go
it.
get a 3-4 defensive end to play on a 4-3 defense,
Yeah,
it's not a smart move on Leslie Frazier.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Here
true.
comes the logistics guy.
yeah, that's true.
So he's a 3-4 defensive end. Okay, he's got help from those outside linebackers on the outside, and he's got a pretty stout, big, fat defensive tackle, nose guard, the 0 position. It's a different kind of defense. He is 31. I understand Chandler Jones might be able to pick it up because he's a seasoned vet, but this is what I believe. And when I say we bring a 5 defense to a 15 defense just within 2 years to bring him back down to a top 5, it's Star Lotullier. And if Star Lotullier does what I think he can do, then those pressures, those hurries that Jerry Hughes gets, which I think is a BS stat anyways, because unless you're tackling the quarterback, it doesn't count. I think a lot of those hurries, because the quarterback won't be able to step up and dodge them, are going to be sacks.
Right.
I'm not going to put out a bold prediction and say Jerry Hughes is going to get double-digit sacks, but I think the potential is better now that Star Lotullier is back. And if you're going to try to take Chandler Jones and turn him from a 3-4 defensive end into a 4-3 defensive end at 31 years old, I don't think it's going to happen, especially since you got 3 guys that are under 22.
Swank, he is heated. See how fast he's talking,
I love
man?
it. I love it. That's what this is all about, man.
Scott, let's not forget the defensive. You got the cornerbacks too, because you got a challenger over there, Dane Jackson with Levi Wallace, Taron Johnson. Who knows what he's going to do? When everything improves in the background there, when everything improves, that defensive line is going to shine. That half a second that Jerry Hughes needs is going to be it. Right? Am I right?
I agree. I agree.
Now, don't get me wrong. To get an all-star on your team is pretty awesome, but it's one of those situations that I don't think it would help. Just like that whole running back conversation we were having about bringing in like a Najee Harris or Travis Etienne. Of course, they're good and you want them on your team, but that's not the style of offense they're going to play. That's not the style of offense. The Bills aren't going to play a 3-4 defense. They're going to play a 4-3 defense. So that's not the style of defense that Chandler Jones is going to thrive in.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Guys, can I take a quick timeout?
Yeah.
I just want to say something because I wanted to say this when I saw him pop on. He popped on about 5 minutes ago. Our guy, Chris Buckner, beat cancer. All right, let's give him a hell yeah, man. He won the Jordan Poyer jersey last week. This guy's been fighting, and he beat cancer. Congratulations, man.
Yep.
Hell yeah,
Congrats,
brother.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we love you, man. Thanks for
Go
supporting us, and we hope that brought you a little bit of joy and relief and comfort, man. So, thank you so much. And we're so happy for you, brother.
Wouldn't you shit your pants, man, if you won this tonight too? Man, you'll have the safeties.
Yo, I'll tell you
You know
what.
what he's gonna do? Yeah, he already has plans for that jersey, so it's great.
Well, between
For those of
Facebook
you guys
and
not paying attention, MICAH HYDE is up for a win for Pandemonium Wheel Destiny. You leave a comment, you're entered to win this. That's easy. Just say something, and you're entered for a chance to win.
yeah, boy.
Brought to you by www.buffaloautographs.com and Buffalo Autographs Facebook page.
Blah, 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 blah. All right, fellas, defensive ends. Scott, I'm going to skip you and let Swank lead the way. Who you got for your DEs? Your 2 starters and anybody following up? Can't hear?
Jared, you put every on mute.
I'm here, buddy. I'm here.
All right, we good now?
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay. Swank, defensive ends. Who's your 2 starters and who's following up?
I got Jerry Hughes, and I got Big Boogie Basham. And I think everybody's following up. You're going to have Epinesa. You're going to have Groot. The way we're talking about with Groot, I think they're going to treat him the same way they did AJ Epinesa. I think there's going to be a solid rotation. I think there's a lot of game that's been talked about Groot because he had that one really super productive season, right? And then he took a year off. Those physical traits, you can see what Brandon Beane can pick, and you can see what Sean McDermott can mold. So I say you swung for the fences round 1 and you picked a big project that can reap a ton of benefit. And then you went safe in round 2 and you got the guy that you know that's going to come in and do exactly what he's showing you on tape, and he's going to be a solid starter from day 1, I think. So backing up Hughes and Boogie, I think you got Epinesa, and I think you got Groot, and I think you got Addison.
Okay. All right.
You got 5. You got 5 defensive ends out
I
there.
think you need them.
Did you go with 4? Did you go with 4 defensive tackles?
Yeah.
That'll be 9. That'll be 9 linemen. So that makes a
Yep.
lot of sense.
I went with 10. I went with 10, but Scott will let you go next.
I have Hughes and AJ Epinesa. I think the guy had a full offseason under the weight that the Bills wanted him at. You saw how fast he was at the end of the season last year. So I think being able to perform in this weight, not only did he lose weight, but he gained muscle mass and he's still fast. So Epinesa, you're number 2. He is out there because he's got a chip on his shoulder because the Bills just drafted 2 defensive ends in the first 2 rounds. So he's got it. And Hughes, like I said earlier, Star Lotullier is going to make that quarterback not be able to step in the pocket. I think Hughes will turn a lot of those pressures into sacks. So those are the 2 I go. Hughes' backup is going to be Basham for me, and then Epinesa's backup is going to be Addison. And I did throw Russo in there as a 5th guy. My cut is going to be a guy that's been on the roster a lot. He's been made the 53-man roster for special teams, and he's been on the. You've seen him strip sack a couple quarterbacks last year. Is that Daryl Johnson guy? It just so happens the Bills just drafted defensive ends, and he just kept falling down the ladder more and more. So I think that's one of my biggest guys I don't want to see. He'll be on a starting roster somewhere for sure.
Yeah, like ours, because that's where I have him on there. All right, so
Jared.
So Jerry Hughes, love the guy. He kind of okay. So he might be my cut. But saying that, I have him starting. Okay. Yeah, I know it's confusing.
You playing both sides of the ball here? What's going on,
so
boy?
I have Jerry Hughes on one side and Epinesa on the other. Okay. I have Basham, defensive end, Mario Edison. I actually have Daryl Johnson making the defensive end, and F.A. Obata making it.
So Russo's a project?
Where the hell is he?
Exactly.
Holy cow.
Jared,
I wasn't drinking. I wasn't drinking when I made this too.
Jared, Epinesa didn't start last year. Remember, he wasn't on the 53-man roster, so you could save yourself and say he's a project.
Well, I think what I was mostly thinking about.
Ryan Palmentier says you're cut off, Jared.
Okay, no, but I had Basham as like a flex inside outside, so that's probably why I was getting ahead of myself and I didn't have Russo. But Russo will be there. Basham might be the other guy inside besides Zimmer. I don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it? We got a lot of talent at that defensive line. So, I'm gonna cross everything out here. I didn't have Russo.
You should take your laptop and throw it in the river right now.
Down by the river.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense to me.
That's okay, man.
All right, you guys want to go outside? You want to stay to the back linebackers?
You pick,
there?
man.
Let's go next step back. Linebackers.
Let's go linebackers. All right, Swank, I led with you last time. Scott, linebackers. You know the first 2, but what do you got going on?
I love what the Bills did in the offseason. I really do. I have Tremaine Edmonds, who's healthy.
Man, what the are you talking about, man? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have Matt Milano, who's healthy. Remember, Tremaine got a lot of criticism this past year, but the guy had shoulder surgery or shoulder issues. And as a linebacker, middle linebacker, that's your weapon, and he was playing hurt. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's still young. Go Swank.
Sorry, Alberto just posted during that whole Jared slip. Drew Brees is retired. If you are a fan of the show, that is a callback, and it is the perfect callback, dude.
For everyone out there who doesn't know, I was talking about the Saints game and if Drew Brees was going to play or not. He already retired, so I got some backlash on that.
It's some light ribbing. We love you,
Alberto.
There you go. There you go, buddy. Yeah, whatever. That's like pulling a rope.
Pull myself out, man.
So Tremaine Edmonds,
yep.
Matt Milano, if he could stay healthy, he needs to stay healthy. He signed that big contract. They signed an extension. The guy needs to stay healthy. And if he's healthy, he can cover and tackle. But I preceded this by talking about the free agency. And for sure, Mark Howley at middle linebacker is an upgrade from what they had before. And Tyrell Adams from Houston. The guy's a tackling machine, 120-plus tackles last year for Houston. He's an upgrade. I hate to knock Klein over. He'll be there. Klein's a really good special teamer.
I was gonna say, you son of a
it
bitch.
all depends on what kind of question you ask, Jared. If they're going to run a 4-3 defense, and I see Tyrell Adams being that Sam linebacker, that strong side linebacker. If they're running the 4-2 like they always do,
4-2. That's what I got.
they run a 4-2 nickelback. It's definitely Edmonds and Milano. And the surprise cut, because AJ Klein cost nothing, and he cost nothing, so they're going to keep him on the roster.
Josh Cook will be happy with that.
Tyrell Dodson, I hate to say it, might be gone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or Tyler Matetovich, who was the other inside linebacker last year, looked good during crappy time, but I think Markel Lee might be the answer that replaces him. So
Can Markel Lee play special teams though?
Yep. Markel Lee is a guy that came from the Raiders, and he was an up and rising star for the Raiders at middle linebacker. Navarro Bowman from the 49ers was his backup. He got hurt. Navarro Bowman took over, and we all know how good Navarro Bowman is, and he never earned his spot back. So I think it's a redemption year for him. He's got a 1-year contract. If he can show out, then I think he's an upgrade. I think he's an upgrade from Matetovich from last year.
All right. Swank, what do you got back there?
I say
reading the guards.
My bold prediction is that we're only going to have one linebacker. It's going to be AJ Klein all the time, 100%. We're not even trading Milano or Edmonds. We're just cutting them, dude, because it's all caveman.
You're talking
Klein,
one linebacker on special teams.
No. Yeah, I mean, Edmonds and Milano, 100%. And, we got people in the comments talking about, well, we got Jeff saying if Milano stays healthy, he's going to be big. And he's right, 100%. Can you imagine if Edmonds and Milano, Edmonds is key to this too, if he stays healthy, because he played hurt all season. And he's getting dogged for it, and oh god, it pisses me off, and I hope it pisses him off just as much as it pisses me off. But I think
good question, Swank. Scott. Just say the name once. Does Milano need Edmonds, or does Edmonds need Milano? Swank.
Edmonds needs Milano.
Boom.
Scott. Okay, me too. I agree with that.
Milano's way more of a cover linebacker. He's quick. He's got really great ball skills. He can see it through the quarterback's hand. He reads the field so much better, I think. And he's smaller. He's quicker. So, I don't know. He's that perfect hybrid, brain-smashing, TE-destroying linebacker.
Edmonds needs Milano to continue doing what he's doing, whereas Milano's going to continue doing what he's doing. Doesn't matter if Edmonds is in there or Markel Lee. So, yes, Edmonds needs Milano more than the other way.
All right, Swank, who you got following behind? Oh, did we lose some audio?
I lost sound from you guys again. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
There it is.
I don't know why it's doing
Swank,
that.
Linebacker number 3, 4, and 5. Who you got backing them up, bud?
Have you ever seen that Chappelle Show skit where they talk about it's like the 5 rappers that are living in the house, and the guy's like, the 5 greatest rappers in the world are Dylan, Klein, Klein, I don't know, Dodson. Who knows, man? I think Dodson makes a good play for it. I definitely think Klein's going to be there. That third spot, I don't know.
I have to add this really quick. Once again, Brent Thomason says, rumor has it the Bills are looking at tight end Zach Ertz. Every show
has to happen, dude.
There you go.
Interesting stat out there. He actually has more drops than Knox does. So
yeah, crazy.
Let's pay attention to that number.
All right, so linebacker number 1, T. Edmonds. Number 2, Matt Milano. I have Marquez Lee, A. Smith, and Klein and Matetovich, only because of special teams for those guys.
6 linebackers.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 LBs. That's who I got.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the outside. We have number 1. I think.
Hold on. We're switching positions here. Let's remind people.
Oh, yeah. Leave a comment during the live feed tonight, Facebook or YouTube.
You.
Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny. That's what your name will be put on. We'll spin it, and we'll let everybody know who the winner is either tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah.
Probably most
Friday.
likely tomorrow. I'm keeping good track of everybody's names, guys, so we're good.
There you go.
All right, leave a comment. If you're watching, leave a comment. You'll be put on that list.
Yo, really quick,
All
between
right.
Facebook and YouTube, we have been averaging over 30 viewers at one time, and thank you guys so much. You guys kill it. Please continue to share, tell your friends, tell your family. dude, I know I say tell your ex-wife, and that's a joke. Screw your ex-wife. Dude, just come, dude. Just come. Tell your new girlfriend, bro.
You did
Just
wrong.
tell her to subscribe on there so we get the numbers.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Tell her to
Swank, the
subscribe.
magic number's 100 for YouTube.
What's? Oh yeah, 100 subscribers, and then we can change our name and get official and all that stuff. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
Make it happen,
man.
Pandemonium.
hell yeah, man.
Pandemonium. Cornerbacks.
No, dude, no.
got
Hold
a
on.
lot-
I don't want to do cornerbacks right now because I want to screw with Uncle James. Let's do safeties.
All right, we'll go right back. We'll stay away from James.
You're gonna have to wait. Mm-hmm.
We can make this
He
quick.
just said he wants to win that jersey. So
All right. I know, I'm going
That
to.
jersey's not a corner. That jersey
safety,
is a
so we gotta
safety.
do safeties.
All right, guys.
I love you, Uncle James.
Obviously, as being Buffalo Bills fans, we've looked at these two guys as being the most underrated safety duo in the NFL. I think they're just ranked number 4, maybe. And PFF always screws them over.
Yeah.
Our number 1 guys, Jordan Poyer, Chris Buckner won him last week. MICAH HYDE. Who's going to win him this week? Can we agree those are 2 guys?
Yeah.
Who's backing them up? Swank, lead the way.
Saran Neal. And I don't know. Whoever
Damar
wins.
Hamlin. Say Damar Hamlin from Pittsburgh. He's the draft.
Well,
pick that we
yeah,
got.
I know,
He's
but
a
like
stud.
this is the thing with all this stuff, dude, is that like, you know, I know he's awesome. I've seen stuff, I've read stuff, but I keep going back to Josh Rosen, because, man, that dude was supposed to be a stud. He came out of college and he was supposed to be a stud. And what South American football team is he on right now? You know, who knows? Like, seriously, it's just, I mean, I want him to do it. I want him to live up to everything that we think he is, and that he's kind of been bred through the media into being. But I also don't want him to get ruined. You know what I mean? And I think it's kind of like what we talked about with Harry. You know, like he had that false label of Kyle Williams' doppelganger when he came out of college, and
right off the
yeah,
bat.
and I think it's unfair. B, I think it set him back a little bit, and then he got hurt, and now what? Now he hasn't lived up to those expectations because he got hurt. You know, I don't know. So I get a little weird about rookies like that. I want him to be, and he probably will be, and similarly, I'm stoked on Dane Jackson. So hopefully they can help bring each other up because they have familiar ties, correct? So, yeah, I would love that. What do you think?
Check.
I think we
Taylor.
have good backups. I like Saran Neal. He can play corner as well. So if we want to bring him up during the cornerback conversation, we can. He has come up for the nickel. He has come up for the strong nickel for tackling safety. But the guy from Miami, who I always thought was good, go back and look at his film from 2 years ago, Jaquan Johnson.
I
The
have
guy-
been playing. We agree on something.
There you
Go
go. He's a ball hawk. He
Yep.
was at Miami, and he's a special teams ace in Buffalo. So I don't see him going anywhere. And then, that was good.
Got that.
And then
So,
Hamlin.
I felt that.
Let's remember. You hate to say it, you hate to bring it up, but Poyer and HYDE are both on the wrong side of 30.
You
Jordan's
brought
got
this
two,
up. You brought this up in the draft, Scott.
yeah,
That
Jordan's got 2 years left in his contract, and HYDE has 3 years. So if Hamlin can hang out, the Buffalo Bills signed him for a 4-year contract for being a later draft. That doesn't happen. So I think the Bills have a lot of hope in Hamlin to be able to take over for Poyer or HYDE. And Jaquan Johnson's got 2 years. So I think we're okay for a while. I think those are the 2 backups, and I think those backups will make their mark in special teams, and eventually they'll be the predecessors for HYDE and Poyer. But we're in good shape. I feel we're in good shape. And again, like Swank alluded to, Dane Jackson and Hamlin come from Pitt. They played together, so the camaraderie's there. So those are my 4. Saran Neal, I think he might sneak down to the corner. I don't see him going anywhere. He might be an extra safety or corner just to keep him on the special teams.
Yeah, I have him for the nickelback guy. Yep. So Poyer, HYDE, obviously, those are the 2 guys I have. I have Hamlin backing them up and Thomas backing them up. Can you imagine coming into the NFL?
Is Josh Thomas you have him back up?
Yep.
How many safeties you got, Jared? I think
4.
you have 53 people on the defense. Right?
No,
Are we
I
going to
have
have to
26
cut
guys on
Josh
the
Allen
defense.
because of your
26 guys
huge
on the
defensive
defense.
roster?
Listen. Gosh, why you guys got to put me on the spot?
We'll keep 12 defensive ends, 16 linebackers, a couple corners, and
No,
50,
what I'm saying
50
is
safeties.
like what you said. You know, Poyer and Hyde are getting older, as we'll say, so you got to have the backup. So Hamlin and Thomas. As I was getting into until you interrupted me, Macooter. The fact, can you imagine coming into the NFL and having, in
Don't
our
you think about
minds,
calling me that, any of you.
the best safety tandem in the NFL, and you're coming in, you just were drafted. You got a comment up top? Swank?
Yeah, Alberto
Comments,
just
Scott?
laughed earlier, but I thought it was great because you guys were arguing. So
We're starting to become this team where we have players that are in the top 3 of their each respectable position, right? This is this time when rookies are coming in, free agents are coming in, where they're going to be looking up at guys who are going to potentially be Pro Bowlers year in and year out and champions year in and year out. Can you imagine being Hamlin and Thomas or any other rookie and coming in and seeing Poyer and Hyde in front of you?
Mhm.
It's got to be exciting. So
You got to know you're going to learn. You got to
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
you're going to learn.
So Poyer, Hyde, Hamlin, and Thomas. Those are my safeties.
Okay.
That is tonight's show. We're not going to do cornerbacks tonight, Jamie. We're going to wait till next week. All right. I know. Okay, so we have a lot of comments going on out
Yeah.
here, Swank and Scott. I haven't been able to keep track, but is there anything that's jumping out that you want to say with these guys?
I just love during when we're talking, these Fandemonium fans of ours are talking amongst each other and having that conversation. That's what we're all about. Join the conversation. Talk on there. We'll talk to you. We'll take your comments. We will all talk together, and that's what's awesome about this. So seeing these comments just shoot by, answering each other's questions and disagreeing or not disagreeing is pretty sweet. I love it.
I love it.
We're getting a lot of
And
comments.
I love the way it's being done because the 3 of us love each other, man. We love doing this, and we bust each other's balls and we joke and laugh. But it's all from a positive place of love. So, and it's the same way in the comments. It seems like everybody busts nuts and like has a good laugh, and nothing's targeting or ridiculous or whatever. And leave that stuff to these other sites that just like to talk junk all the time. You know what I mean? So we appreciate you guys.
All right. We do. This is awesome. This is Mafia, right? That's all Mafia.
Jared, me
I
too.
had to mute it really quick. The dogs are barking.
All right.
I agree with you guys.
Are we talking corners or what? There's a lot of scenarios.
Let's
here
go.
for the cornerback position.
All right.
I love it.
Cornerback. Who did I leave with last time?
Me.
Yes.
Can I lead the way? I'm gonna lead the way
Jesus.
this time. Asked and answered.
Wait, hold
There's a
on.
note for Nate Odoms, Kirby Jackson.
I was gonna make that
Jeff
joke.
Burris.
God damn it. Stephon Gilmore.
Is that what you're gonna say? I just spit everywhere. All right. Since everyone is unprepared, Swank, who's your CB1, CB2, Nickelback, and who's following up?
CB1, Tre'Davious White, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's so good. I actually had a diehard Patriots fan cut my hair earlier today, and he admitted that Trey was the number 1 corner in the AFC East, even though I brought up that Stephon Gilmore reported to training camp. So I thought that was interesting. Now even the devil himself can see the good, you know? So yeah, definitely Trey White. CB2, Uncle James. Dane Jackson. I don't think that
Preach.
Levi Wallace is going to beat out Dane Jackson. And as much as everybody's either very happy or very upset right now, let me tell you what. Anytime Dane Jackson was on the field last year, he proved that he was a stud every time. He made plays in the end zone. He made coverages. He knocked down balls. Like, this dude wants it. And you can just see it. And he likes to hit. Like, if he comes through with all of that work ethic and learning under Tre'Davious White and coming into this training camp with that mindset that he's going to be number 2, I don't think anybody's going to take it away from him. And that includes Levi Wallace. With that being said, I think Levi becomes the third corner, and I think he's a decent backup, and I also think he's in the slot for most of the time, supplanting Mr. Taron Johnson, hero of the playoffs 2000.
Wrong.
How dare you?
Bastard.
How dare you?
Yeah?
Hey, I like it. It's competition. It's going to make this CB stronger. So I like that take.
Lemony Snickets, man. It's a series of unfortunate events for Levi Wallace. Seriously.
I can't hear again.
CB1. Oh. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So I'll continue talking in case somebody can hear me.
How about now, Swank? Swank, we good?
Pandemonium.
You guys are good. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, okay. I can hear you, Swank. So Levi Wallace is falling in a position where if who I believe Dane Jackson will take over the CB2. I'm with you, Swank, on that one. Trey White, Dane Jackson. Unfortunately, I think Taron Johnson is the guy that will keep his spot at nickelback. But that's only if a guy named Chad Kroger doesn't come in and take the nickelback position. Come on, guys. He's a singer for Nickelback.
You know why I don't know that?
We don't listen to Nickelback.
Because I'm cool.
I was gonna say, Swank, you're the one that texted me that information.
Yeah, right, dude.
As much as I do like Levi Wallace, I really do. And he's defended his turf year in and year out. But I think we're at a position where Dane Jackson is a guy that's proven enough. He will prove enough in preseason to take that spot. And unfortunately, I think Taron Johnson with the 2 pick six against Pittsburgh and in the playoffs, I think he's earned that keep. He's a tackling machine. They play a 4-2 defense, I think, because he's such a good tackler. And he's been knocked for coverage, and you're going to learn every year. You're going to get better every year. So hopefully he has. And like I said, unfortunately for Levi Wallace, I think if Dane Jackson takes his number 2 spot, Levi will become the backup number 2. And I think Wild Goose is actually going to be on the roster as a dime back because the guy runs a high 4.3, low 4.4 40. And if we want to start training him to cover the certain wide receivers that made the AFC Championship, that's really fast, we might want to start turning him into somebody that can do that. So I have us keeping 5: Trey White, Taron Johnson, Levi Wallace, Dane Jackson, and Rashad Wild Goose.
Wild Goose. Zing. Okay. All right.
This is for my boy Brent.
What do you say?
He said I'm a couple behind.
Get to cracking, he says.
So if you guys haven't noticed, Sir Neil's not on my roster.
Yeah. He's on mine. Pandemonium. If you're enjoying some beverages as we are tonight, let us know what you're doing, man. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, CB number 1, I have Trey White, obviously, right? CB number 2, I have somebody different than the both of you. I have Levi Wallace coming through and getting that spot. I have Dane Jackson, obviously filling in on either side if it needs to be. And I have Taron Johnson and Tyron Neal. This is my approach on the CBs. I think they're going to keep 1 extra. I think. Did you guys have 4 apiece? Or did you guys get 5? You got 5?
Yeah, I think I had 5.
Okay. The Buffalo Bills, if they hold up and the kids are screaming.
They're just stoked on the show.
Yeah, they're just making the – so we're expecting our offense to be high-powered, right? And we all hope that Allen has this unbelievable season MVP. We have all these receivers that are like crazy. And then our running backs, we're hoping that come through. The other offenses are going to be coming from behind. So we got to have a lot of defensive line pressure, and we have to have good cornerback play. And we know our safeties are going to be there. So I think that the rotating scheme is going to be happening at CB, especially CB number 3, nickelback, and the dime back. So even though I have Dane Jackson as the number 3 CB, I think he's going to be out there a lot. Taron Johnson is going to be out there a lot. He's a tackle machine. And then Tyron Neal, he's been here for a couple years now, not really starting or getting a lot of gameplay, but he's out there. He knows the system, and he's going to be out there quite a bit. So that's why I have 5. You guys have 5 too, but I also have Wild Goose, so I have 6 actually. I just saw his name over here on my list. So Wild Goose is making the team too. So 6 guys on the cornerback. only because, like I said, teams are going to be playing catch up, and there's going to be that lot of passing games, so they're going to need a lot of people coming in.
Yep.
There you go.
Makes sense.
There you go.
Defensive line needs to pin their ears back, put some pressure on the quarterbacks because they're going to be throwing a lot to come back from the 30-plus points that the Bills' offense is going to score. So you're right. You're going to need some depth at that cornerback position for sure.
Swank, you there?
No,
He's figuring it out. So apparently everyone can hear us. So we're good still. Swank will figure that out.
Figure what out?
Did you hear?
No, I literally just cut back in and said Swank will figure it out. I don't know what's going on.
I asked you if you were there, and I didn't get anything, so I
said, here.
Swank will figure it out.
I've been doing that during the headlights lick because it seems like when you two talk for a while without me saying anything, then all of a sudden I can't hear you. And then it'll just pop back in randomly. So, I don't know. Sorry, guys.
So, yeah, I get Swank to talk more.
Right, does that mean me and Jared are talking too
No.
much? Swank, tell the fans what they could win if they leave a comment.
What was that? Just kidding. Hey, here. Listen, leave a live comment right now. You only got a couple minutes left. MICAH HYDE, signed, COA, Beckett, seal of approval, home, jersey. What better way to start off training camp tomorrow than to win a MICAH HYDE signed goddamn home jersey? Get it.
And that's brought to you by www.buffaloautographs.com and Buffalo Autographs, the Facebook page. Go to their page, like, share, and tag your friends. It's a good page. They give away a lot. The actual website is actually cheap in comparison to a lot of the other ones, and it's legit. Got in a conversation earlier this week about the prices, and it's one of those things that you can go on eBay and buy a used one for overpriced, or you can buy a brand new, fresh off the pen, signed, autographed helmet or jersey that you're the only owner. So go on and get some.
Hell yeah. Yeah, all their information is down below. They're great people. Ryan's a great dude. He hooks us up all the time, and it's been a great relationship so far. So if you're looking for any of that stuff, go get it.
And if you like these Notorious Digs shirts,
can you digs it?
Can you digs it? We have small, medium, large, XL, 2XL. So if you're interested, PM 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. We'll talk to you about it. It's $25. $5 goes to American Heart Association. It's a Stefan Diggs charity, and it's free shipping and handling. So we get the charity, we get shipping and handling, and you get this sweet. You would hate to miss this if you see Stefan Diggs wearing this during a pregame workout. I'm just saying. Stefan, you listening?
That being said, Stefan, if you're listening, or if anybody knows Stefan personally, just get him on this page.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, do that. Get him here.
We got to get like a 3XL and send it to Feliciano. I think that's the way to go about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, he'd love that.
I need to work on a B's one where he's missing that tooth that he's got. Yo, that's something we should talk about really fast, if you guys don't mind.
No, I love it because I have the perfect answer, so go.
I don't know if you know my question.
No, I know where you're going.
Well, so did you guys see the video of them coming in today? And
he's
absolutely playing. Like,
yeah.
Josh Allen walked in the door, and Bees was standing there waiting for him to give him a hug. Feliciano's walking up, and he's tackling him. I mean, he's walking in with Dawson Knox. That dude was at the door. If you saw that clip, 3 different players' clips of them just walking in the door, and he was by the front door waiting for him. What do you think he was doing? What do you think that was saying? I mean,
that's all you need to see.
He was there, guaranteed first in the door, waiting for all those dudes to come through to be like, look, I'm here, dude. I just don't like what's going on. Like, right?
Yep. When I saw that video, the first thing I thought was, look at this guy. He's jumping on everybody. We'll see him week 1.
Yeah. Jumping.
And what it comes down to is he does have a voice. People listen. You have something to say it. It's one of those things. Beasley's going to be that guy. But whether you weigh out the positives, you weigh out the negatives, there is right now 87 other players that are counting on you. And when you start weighing things about, um, okay, I'll follow the rules because I got these guys that are counting on me. He talked about money earlier. He talked about what he believed earlier, and that's all awesome. It really is because you need to stand up for yourself. But when it comes down to the humanity part of it, when other people are relying on you, that offense is that offense because of Beasley, um, and he knows it. And I'm glad he was able to express his opinion, which is awesome. Everybody should be able to, but I'm not gonna say the greater deed because to him it's not, but the part that where people depend on you and you're part of a family, sometimes family trumps a lot of other things, and I saw that when I saw that video. So it's one of those things that, mafia, family, go Bills.
Go Bills. Tear it up. All right, so closing thoughts. If you're watching and you haven't left a comment yet, do it right now.
Yup.
Scott, show that jersey really quick. MICAH HYDE, home jersey. COA, Beckett. If you leave a comment, you're in the Fandemonium we love.
Destiny.
All right, Scott, I'll let you lead the way. What's your final thoughts for tonight?
Final thoughts are, guys, we have 3 weeks until preseason games start. We're going to start talking about rosters. Next week is going to be offense. So, Fandemonium paying attention and leaving the comments, be prepared to talk offense next week. I think there's a lot more surprises on the offense as far as rosters go than the defense this week. But come join us. Like I said, tag your friends, share, like, get the Mafia in on this page. It's a good page. You guys love it. We love it. And we just can't wait to keep giving stuff away to you guys because the conversation is awesome. Join the conversation. Join the Stampede. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Swank.
Swank can't hear us.
I'm just kidding. I can hear you.
I was just scrolling on my mouse. I'm like, okay, where I gotta go?
www.whatthehell.com. Hey guys, thanks so much for hanging with us. Thanks so much for being here every week. Thanks so much to these two dudes for putting on a great show for all y'all. What a great night. What a great thing. What a beautiful thing this is. You know what I mean? It's great. Anyway, I'm so pumped to be with all of you guys, and we achieved my dream tonight, I think, for this here live stream. We were over 30 on both platforms, 30 viewers at one time for the whole hour, and that's insane. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I hope all of you win the MICAH HYDE jersey, every single one of you. But really, I'm just trying to draw this out.
Ryan,
Put more comments in, dude. Get your name entered. Just in case you were sitting there thinking like, man, I'm not going to write a comment. Write a comment, dude. Tell us how much we suck. It doesn't matter. You get entered to win this jersey, which is awesome, dude. Nobody else is doing this, and we're doing it because we love what we do, and we love you guys. So, www.buffaloautographs.com. If you don't win this, you can buy this, and that's awesome too. If you want to join us every week, you can do so. Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. for at least 1 or 2 more episodes, Jared? 2 more episodes? Okay. And we will be on Facebook Live, 8:30 p.m. We'll be on YouTube Live, 8:30 p.m. You can also catch it on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much, 24/7 BF fam.
He's out.
Love it. I'm just sitting here watching everybody comment. It's just crazy. We're not here without you guys, the Fandemonium, the Mafia. We're just 3 fans talking about football, and that's what it comes down to. We're not
And drinking beer.
I was mouthing it while you said it.
We're having fun. All right, so I got your names down. Got them written all down. We'll spin that wheel and let everybody know the winner tomorrow. So look forward for that. Usually we do it around mid-afternoon to evening. So look for that. If you want, we have a couple of these left. Personal message us your address. We'll send them out for free. We have these babies. They're going hot.
They are going
hot.
fast.
Excuse me.
Personal message us if you want those.
I think
too.
we got a couple of these too.
Yes, we have a couple of those left too. So personal message us if you have any questions. One of us will get back to you. If like Jeff messaged us earlier, both Scott and I replied to him at the same time. So we're all looking at it. So just be ready for that. Thank you guys. I hope one of you guys win that MICAH HYDE jersey.
They're gonna, Jared. What kind of question?
No,
I hope one of you guys.
we'll see you next week. We're on season 2, episode 21 next week. So that's gonna be exciting. Guys, we've been doing this.
Yeah,
for a
man,
little
I'm gonna
bit
go
now.
through and count them. It's got to be 50. I think we were over 30 episodes last
We gotta
year,
hit
right?
50 soon. Yep. Guys, as always, love talking with all y'all, and go Bills.
Got the chills. I love Buffalo. Go Bills.
Here you go. Ready? Everybody do a dance. Go. Swank's gonna get it.
Whoa. Beep, 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 beep.